meeting to order. Roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Here.
Caledonia.
Here.
Canisius.
Here.
Geneseo.
Here.
Groveland.
Here.
Leicester.
Here.
Lima.
Here.
Livonia.
Here.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Here.
Nunde.
Here.
Ashen.
Here.
Portage.
Here.
Sparta.
Here.
Springwater. Here. West Sparta. Here. York.
Ian, if you would please introduce our veterans who lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Chairman. Today's veteran is Carl Goldenshoe. Carl was born in Warsaw, New York, and is a graduate of Perry High School. He served with the United States Army Reserve from June 1991 to February 2020 with an honorable discharge. Carl completed Army basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and completed his advanced individual training as a medic at Fort Sam Houston, San Antonio, Texas. Carl served as an emergency medical technician with the 817th Evacuation Hospital, a U.S. Army Reserve Holiday U.S. Army Reserve Center in Webster, New York. Carl's been employed with Livingston County for 21 years, where he currently serves as an auto mechanic for the Livingston County Highway Department. He enjoys the outdoors and loves to hunt, fish, and explore the Finger Lakes region, including hiking trails. Carl's married to Mary, who's the Deputy Director of Workforce Development and Youth Bureau for the county, and they live in West Sparta with their dog, Ella. Carl, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Carl, for your service in the United States Army Reserves, the Board of Supervisors is pleased to present you with a certificate of appreciation.
Today's Board of Supervisors meeting will be live streamed on the county's YouTube channel, Official Livingston County, New York. All live streams will be accessible directly through the YouTube channel and on the county's website under the Agendas, Minutes, and Broadcast button. Live streaming technology allows the online audience to see and hear those in the boardroom via video and audio. To provide the best audio experience possible, please be sure to position yourself close to the microphone when you are speaking. Next on the agenda, we have some minutes from our last regular meeting, October 14th. Does anyone have any suggested changes to these minutes? Hearing none, I'd look for a motion in a second, please.
Move, Carmen.
Second, Schuster. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Carried. Communications, please, Michelle.
November 9th, 2020, 6 p.m. in the Sparta Town Hall, will be the next conversation with the council. And town budgets are due on Monday, November 16th, 2020.
Thank you. Next, we have abstract of claims.
Mr. Pangrazio, approving abstract of claims 10B, October 28th, 2020.
Mr. Chairman, I move this abstract of claims and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Pangrazio. I'll ask at this time if there's any questions on any of the claims that are presented to us. Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Leicester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. York. I 1755, absent 254, adopted.
We do have our privilege of the floor this afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request privileges of the floor for Anna Kowalchuk, Museum Administrator for Livingston County Historical Society updates.
Thank you, Mr. Schuster.
Hi there. Thank you, everyone, for the privilege of the floor. It's that yearly time when I get to tell you all of the new happenings and goals that we have for the Livingston County Museum, which is at 30 Center Street in the village of Geneseo. I want to thank especially Michelle Reese today. She helped with some technology, and it wasn't just a minute or two. I think it was quite an ordeal. So thank you again, Michelle, for that. Anna Kowalczyk here. This is my 11th year with the institution, and the county has been a great support through that whole process. We are here to serve, to present, promote, and preserve the value, the rich history of Livingston County. So we represent all 17 towns of Livingston County, as well as the Seneca and Haudenosaunee people that came before the origination of the county. I have huge news, and it's a very different kind of presentation for me today, because what's been happening since the last time I saw you was a huge building project for us. Huge is a $350,000 building project for our historical society. And I've been standing here in front of you saying, we got this plan, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And we received this great grant, $175,000 to the New York State Council on the Arts, pre-COVID, which was nice. And we had to match that grant, which we did through other grant funding, American Rock Salt, reserves that we had, other grants, and the community really supported us. So we broke ground. If everybody hasn't been by the Livingston County Museum, we're about to close, but what we want to do is have a grand opening, which we could not do during this season of the pandemic. And so look for that when we can. We certainly would like to have you all be there. And Michelle is going to play for us a little video. The first part's a little bit longer than the others, but it's about the demolition and the renovation of the institution. That's the west side of the building. I'm standing at maybe Christ Community Church there. That was the ladies' room. There's some exposed cobblestone that you can start to see now in that area. I love that part. So they took everything off within the existing footprint of the building and then rebuilt it within that same exact footprint. That was the original floor, and you can see that cobblestone that's now exposed. You'll see that later. That white kind of rectangle, that's eventually going to be the new entrance doorway. We removed an old chimney from earlier days that was non-functioning anymore, so he's taken the bricks out. That's the office view. They dug up and they found some coal, actually, also from when they had coal burning stoves. That was fun. So that's removal of the footprint, and now it's going to be built back up with universal accessibility. Go ahead, yeah. So there's a ramp now, accessible to everyone, a handicap accessible parking space. So that's the new entrance. This is some before and afters. there's that new cobblestone wall that became an interior wall. No more chimney. So if a picture can tell 1,000 words, right? A video can tell you what we've been doing from July 2019 till now. We're really proud of the new addition, and we are now able to really cater to an audience that doesn't have to use stairs. The bathrooms are also ADA compliant and new. If you haven't been in there in a long time, that's just fun to see that. And so we're really excited about this. So that was 2019, 2020. What are we doing going forward? Okay. Thank you to the Livingston County Economic Development First Impressions Program. I think that's headed by Bill Bacon and Louise Wadsworth. We got a partial grant, 50% matching grant, to improve our signage, because now we've got to get people, after 150 years, we got to have them go in a new door. And so we worked with that to create a new, wayfinding signage to get to the new door. And when you come in, this is now your new first impression, where we're representing all 17 towns, and that can always change. That gallery right now, there's 17 images of the 17 towns. That yellow part, why is that framed out in the middle there? That's where, when it was a schoolhouse, kids used to hang their coats. You can see remnants of hooks. So we have exposed part of the story of the 1838 building as well. We did open, not initially, thanks to Livingston County for all their great signs, and we used their signage that's consistent throughout the county. We reopened safely, and we will close at the end of October. We figured this is a good space now to close and then really focus on improving our exhibitions. So we took advantage of this COVID-19, and we are putting together an exhibit, 1918 influenza pandemic and COVID-19, two deadly diseases a century apart. The parallels are striking as we get more and more into that. So when we reopen, look for an exhibit on that. We are also looking to improve our story of the salt mine. The salt mine has been here since the 1880s, and that's something that we really have a target to improve for our institution. And then a third exhibit, now that we've got some new clear space that we created with this new addition or within the footprint, is something about the waterways. The Geneseo River is which allowed everybody to locate here, including the Seneca and Haudenosaunee people, and the waterways, Canisius Lake, all the Finger Lakes, and how that has impacted how we live here today. So those are the things that are coming in the future. We're still here doing tourism, and after we can get past the pandemic, we will improve our marketing. We are going to go kind of more into the Finger Lakes magazines and some of that. So we didn't want to spend the marketing money this year with the Big Tree exhibit and everything else, but we will come in the future. We haven't gotten together with the historical societies as we typically do, but we haven't forgotten about them, and that's something we'll continue to do in the future. So we do want to thank the supervisors, especially in Livingston County, and all their support. We have a great group of a board right now that's doing good work. The community is supportive. Our membership and donorship is strong. Our volunteers, most of them came back. Some are waiting post-COVID, and our interns will have to wait till the semester allows it. But if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. At the website, I encourage you to take a look at it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Power on. It turned off.
Yeah.
I don't see,
Is there a camera control button to off?
there is.
That,
I did.
does it say on or off?
It says off. So it's on now?
Push forward. Okay, good. All right, we'll move into the preferred agenda at this time.
Proclaiming the week of October 23rd to the 31st, 2020 as Red Ribbon Week for Livingston County. Adopting member to the Livingston County Traffic Safety Board, Liam Coyne. Appointing member to the Livingston County Traffic Safety Board, I'm sorry. Water and Sewer Authority Board, David Panero. Providing the public hearing on proposed Livingston County budget for 2021 pursuant to section 359 of the county law. Declaring surplus property emergency medical services.
Okay, I'll ask at this time if there's any discussions on the resolutions that are on the preferred agenda. Hearing no discussion, I'll ask for a motion and a second, please. So moved.
Motion, Wester.
We have Mr. Wadsworth and Mr. Wester, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1755, absent 254, adopted.
We'll continue on now with the resolutions that require a separate roll call vote.
Mr. Pangrazio, amending 2020 Livingston County budget, Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation and Department of Health.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Pangrazio. Ask at this time if there's any discussion on this resolution. Excuse me. Hearing none, I'll roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1755, absent 254, adopted. Authorizing transfer of funds, county auditor, county historian, Department of Health, and probation.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Pangrazio. I'll ask at this time if there's any questions or discussion. Hearing none, I'll roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1755, absent 254, adopted. Establishing an account, Department of Health.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Pangrazio. I'll ask at this time if there's any questions or discussion on this resolution. Hearing none, I'll roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Lester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1755, absent 254, adopted. Approving apportionment of mortgage tax receipts for the period of April 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2020.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Congrazio. I'll ask at this time if there's any questions or discussion on this resolution. Hearing none, I will please Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 1755, absent 254, adopted. Amending the 2020 Livingston County salary schedule, workforce development.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Congrazio. I'll ask if there's any questions or discussion on this resolution. Hearing none, I will please Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 1755, absent 254, adopted. Reappointing the Livingston County Administrator and authorizing the Chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign an agreement with the Livingston County Administrator, Ian M. Coyle.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Congrazio. I'll ask at this time if there's any questions or discussion on this reappointment. Hearing none, roll please Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester.
Aye.
Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
I don't know for sure. Okay. Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater.
Aye.
West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 1755, absent 254, adopted.
This time, Ian, before we do our recognition, do you have any updates to the board?
Yes, a couple things. First of all, thank you for the reappointment resolution. I appreciate it. Secondly, although there was a little bit of delay from the town of Groveland on the vote, the budget is in the works. I'll be filing it this week, just to kind of reinforce what we talked about before. The tax rate is up about 0.5%, so right around 0.5%, and then the tax levy is right around 1.0, 1.1. So we're kind of going right up against what our allowable tax cap is, but that was kind of in concert with what the board wanted. So we're going to raise another $350,000 to balance the budget this year. Sales tax is flat. We were helped out by a bunch of things, health insurance, retirement. Everybody kind of keeping the costs down across all the departments. So that's what's going on with the budget. It's technically due by the 1st. That's why we did the resolution today authorizing the single public hearing that we do in November. So I will be filing it with Michelle by 4 p.m. on Friday. The other thing is we got want to let you know, we did a press release on it, but we got the county was the recipient of an award for the Fight Against COVID award from the GIS Association. So this was the planning department and Julie Berry, Department of Health staff, and GeoCove, our consultant. So we got this nifty little glass award. We're not going to write any books because we are in the middle of the pandemic response still, but we are continuing the fight. And this was a recognition of the dashboard that the county created for the public transparency around where all the cases are and what the numbers look like. So I have that up here if you want to take a look at it. On the subject of COVID-19, since we're all here together, I just want to reinforce the fact that the numbers are going up a little bit. That is a statewide trend in New York. It's frankly a national trend. Finger Lakes region has a trend uptick going in terms of the infection rate percentage. The all-important infection rate percentage determines whether or not the county and its zip codes fall into any one of those new cluster zone designations. So yellow, orange, and red, a few of our zip codes, because of the infection rate, are butting up against that percentage that would put a few of those zip codes in the cluster zone of yellow. Steuben County is in that, Rockland County, Broome County, where Binghamton is, and a few others downstate. So just something to keep in mind as we, again, continue the battle. We are doing a rapid testing on-site clinic in Mount Morris tomorrow and Saturday morning as well. So we put that press release out. We have up to 1,000 available. We're going to get through as many as we can and then do it the next week as well. So that's a rapid test. They'll find out results that day, likely within, a couple hours tops. Then finally, a couple of projects that are going on. You've got something on your desk relative to the EOC expansion. Very small event that we're going to do over there within the confines of COVID. We're also looking at a ground, so that's a ribbon cutting. We're also looking at a very, very small ground breaking for the Sheriff's Office training facility on 408. We're going to look to do a little bit more with that. And then the Veterans Monument. So we're planning it for Veterans Day. We have a planning committee, I guess, after this meeting, a few of us to talk about the wishes of the Board of Supervisors and how to advance those wishes with COVID-19 planning and all the restrictions that we have to make sure we have a nice, crisp signature event still for kind of the grand opening of that monument. So I thank you for all the feedback that you've provided us to date on that. Anybody have any questions for me on anything that I updated you on?
Sounds good. Any other business before we recognize Terry? Hearing none, I guess, Ian, if you would, you're going to recognize.
That would have been the time to adjourn, Van Gogh.
Oh.
No, I want to hear you talk.
Terry Down.
You need to talk.
So it's my privilege and pleasure and honor to be up here, I think, for my 26th time honoring a retiree department head in my tenure here at the county. But Terry Donegan has been with the county since 1990. Don started it, so I'll continue it. I was 10 at the time of Terry's hire. Terry does note that at the time of his hire, he was much younger than Lisa Gross. Terry is to date the first and only county auditor employed by Livingston County government. Not only is he a great county auditor and great at what he does, he's an accomplished compliance officer, skilled bocce player, sports game picker, coffee maker, someone who frightens the office staff on a weekly basis, jumping out of closets and behind doors. He's also a great husband and father and a stalwart and proud resident of the Caledonia community. I like that he's a Notre Dame fan. I don't like that he's a 49ers fan. Terry's a man of many habits, as we all know in our office suite. There are creatures of habit, and then there's Terry. And as a man of many habits myself, I can know it when I see it, and I can very much appreciate it. Brown bag lunch every day. Same chair and lunch spot in the lunchroom every day. Takes off his half days Wednesday to Friday during March Madness. Man of my heart. Adheres to a strict schedule. Hunts pub. Always on time. So Terry is the definition of steady. Terry's been constant, unwavering, professional, quiet presence in his office and in his position for 30 years. Terry doesn't make any waves. The abstract and the accounts payable are always on time. The pre-K special ed providers are accounted for and paid on time. The community college bills are paid, except the ones I tell them to hold off on because I'm not happy with the state. And all of this is blemish-free. No external audits, so we got CPA firms that come in and do external audits. No CPA firm in 30 years has ever found fault with any of the county's internal audit work. So that's an impressive track record that few can point to. And Terry actually caught an error this week by a certain budget officer just when I thought I had everything correct in the financial system. True story. So Terry, I'm not sure what I'm going to do without you. As Lynn, who happens to be here, Lynn McNemmy said when she got the notice of Terry's retirement and what we were doing, she said very eloquently, Terry's one-man show, Terry's being replaced by 3 millennials for one Terry. So that's kind of how we're going to do it out. So no matter what happens, I think in the future, I think we're all very pleased and proud and happy for Terry and his retirement. It's been a joy to work with Terry for these 12 years for me. I can't, we got a bunch of crying office staffers looking at me, so please stop. But we're gonna have a little party. We're gonna have a little fun this week with Terry, so it's okay. But Terry, I want to recognize you. I want to have you come up here, and we have a clock for you. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you. I'll set that there for now. It's my first time on YouTube, so thanks for getting that camera going. I'd like to welcome my family, who I didn't know was coming today. My wife, Meg, my sons, Matthew and Michael, and Matt's girlfriend, Sammy. You guys can sit down. I can't believe it's been 30 years, not to mention a pretty interesting final year. There's a lot of people I'd like to acknowledge today, and I'll start with the Board of Supervisors. Some 30 years ago, the board decided to create the county auditor position. Since then, I've seen a lot of board members come and go. I've always appreciated how our board always worked together. If there was an issue, it was faced head-on and dealt with. There wasn't the political infighting that you see with so many other governmental bodies. To me, the board has always been non-political. It doesn't matter if you have an R or a D after your name. I know this because an almost entirely Republican board continued to reappoint a registered Democrat as county auditor. I think it's safe to say that now. Next, I'd like to recognize the two best county administrators this county has ever had. I can say that with the utmost confidence because, well, there's only been two. Ian Coyle and Nick Mazza. Those of you who were around when Nick was here will probably agree that he and Ian have a slightly different management style. Oh, yeah. One is always calm, unassuming, never raises his voice. Then there's Ian. All kidding aside, both are and were fantastic bosses. They not only taught me a lot, but made me want to be a better public servant. I've always been fortunate to work with people that I truly like. Not many people can say that. There's Lisa, who's had to put up with me for all of my 30 years. She's been the one my wife affectionately refers to as my work wife. Lisa, it's been great, but I want a divorce. Lisa always cries at these things, so I figured I'd try to make her laugh. Michelle and I have worked together for over 25 years, so she's had to deal with me almost as long as Lisa. Michelle was always very helpful when I needed to do a resolution and couldn't remember how I did it the year before. The front of our office is usually a lively place, thanks to Shannon and Ashley. They're both a pleasure to be around, and I mean it when I say there's never a dull moment. Both are very good at what they do also. Last but not least, there's John and Julie. While I've only worked with them for a year or two, it's been a great experience. John took me golfing to CCR, which was nice. Both are terrific additions to our office and immediately fit right in. I'm so fortunate to be able to come to work every day and be around people that I not only enjoy but consider friends. Obviously, there's a ton of other people that I've worked with over the years, far too many to mention. I'd like to give a special shout out to the ladies in the treasurer's office. Spent a lot of time in and out of their office and was always greeted with a smile and a friendly word. Although they'd pick on me, it was all in good fun. Finally, thanks to my wife, Meg, thanks for not only all of your loving support through the years, but also agreeing to continue working. Thank you for the privilege of being your county auditor for the last 30 years. It's been a great career. Thanks. Thank you.
Any other business to come before the board?
Move to adjourn from Geneseo.
Second, Mayor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, meeting stands adjourned.